Welcome to Spirit River Podcast, here again from the beautiful Lewis River. Today, we're beginning a series of wonderful conversations with Rebecca, who is here from England, Rebecca Francis, who has also been meddling in the oils for at least 40 years. I said to her the other day, between the two of us, we almost have 100 years of experience with essential oils. And our little journey today begins with an oil called frankincense. And I am sure that you have already heard about frankincense, especially if you grew up Catholic or you had anything to do with the churches and so forth. Often frankincense is brought into the churches and they go around with their little, I don't even know what the name of that thing is. What is that called? That they wave around and people faint? Have you ever seen that as a kid
Yes,
where they
yeah,
literally
yeah.
faint? It's the frankincense resin is burnt and it clears all the bad spirits out. And honestly, I still use that in my house today because it clears the air and brings a wonderful spiritual energy into the space. But to begin to talk about frankincense and how much I love this oil that I use every single day of my life, we have to go back many, many thousands of years, beginning with the Christ child, when the three wise men brought frankincense, myrrh, and gold as a gift. And how are they getting these oils nowadays? I mean, it is not that inexpensive to buy a bottle of frankincense oil. Maybe not as high as rose oil, but it is around $80 to $100 for a bottle. But that bottle will be like gold. And that is how it was revered in the olden days. And for example, the city of Petra, which I'm named after in Jordan, in the Middle East, was the main spice and oil trading city in the Middle East, where people brought very, very expensive spices and teas from India and from all over the world and brought them to the West. And now, today, we are in a place where we have a chance to still get these oils and extract them from the trees. They cut into the tree, and the sap that flows out of the boswellia tree, that is frankincense, and it can be harvested and then purified. And you have to be careful sometimes to find the best quality of oil. Isn't that right, Rebecca? That the quality of oil makes such a big difference.
Yes, it makes a massive difference. So do your due diligence and looking for top quality oil,
Yeah.
because the results will be transformative.
And so, why do people still use the oils today? They use them for spiritual ceremony, they use them for the mind. Frankincense often on my head, right here, a few drops, or even on the roof of your mouth. But you have to be very careful to make sure that this oil is super pure. There is also a product now that I recently discovered from the people where I get my oils. They have a capsule now that has resin and oil put together. What was that called again, the product? Do you
It
remember?
is, I have it right here actually.
Oh,
It's
good.
frankincense, actually in a capsule form. Um, and I have a confession, I take it too every
You
day.
do? Oh, good. I mean, I can't I have to keep ahead of the game and do whatever I can for my mind.
Yeah.
So this is just wonderful. I mean, people use it in yoga studios and they use it in retreats. I often use it in my Reiki circles, and I put frankincense on people's feet or on their forehead when I give them a Reiki session. And it is really the king of oils, isn't it, Rebecca?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So, do you want to talk a little bit about what this oil does, apart from assisting us spiritually, but what are the other properties? Because there are more properties for frankincense than any other oil I know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'd love to. I want to start with a confession though, because as you know, my essential oil journey has been quite a long, about 40 years long. And frankincense was an oil I didn't explore probably for about the first 10 years because I thought it's a very expensive oil and I'm not too sure about it. So I didn't get frankincense to begin with. And what a mistake. It is the oil I use every day in my wellness practice, for my mind, my body, my physical ailments. I use it for everything. So I just want to take you through a few of the things that I definitely use it for, and also that I've recommended other people use it for. I think one of the big things about frankincense is its anti-inflammatory properties. Now, most people who have a disease of some sort, by the time they have symptoms, the inflammation has already built up in their body, and the symptoms are as a result of the inflammation. So, to get rid of that inflammation and also to make sure that you don't get inflammation in the first place, having frankincense as part of your daily routine is really, really important. And like you, I use it in different ways. I use it on the roof of my mouth. I put a drop on my thumb and put it on the roof of my mouth.
Mhm.
And I do that at night, not only for the anti-inflammatory, but also for the my brain health, because frankincense is the only oil that I know of that has the ability to pass through the blood-brain barrier. So it's very good for brain health. It's also an oil which is incredible at night, because the properties of frankincense are to calm but uplift. So if you're thinking that your mind, you want to close your mind down, but you want to be in a positive frame of mind to go to sleep, frankincense and lavender together are an incredible combination. I had a client a few years ago who was he was in the Falklands, and he stood on a landmine, so he had lost his leg, and he had terrible night terrors and nightmares. And I gave him frankincense and it calmed his mind and it stopped all of those nightmares. It was really, really impactful for him. So it's an incredible oil to use at night. Other things that it's brilliant for is, as you said, within the church, the antimicrobial properties, because in the olden days, when you had lots of people coming together in a gathering, it was an ideal opportunity to spread disease. So if you have the frankincense, which is getting rid of the diseases, getting rid of all the bugs, but also it's uplifting the mind, it's a great combination to have in a place of worship. It's an antiseptic and a disinfectant. So again, you can see the real wide-ranging properties of frankincense when you're in a collective place together. But also, frankincense is an amazing oil to have for skincare. It is the anti-wrinkle cream, the sunspot, the skin tone, the scars. If you look at some of the really top quality, expensive skincare creams, moisturizers, they will have frankincense in it. And that's why they are so expensive. But you can do it yourself with your own frankincense because you only need a drop that you're using on your face as well. Now, a big part of my work, as you know, I work as the essential consultant. I help many people with different conditions, but my real area of passion and expertise has always been the menopause. And frankincense has a wonderful ability to really help regulate the menstrual cycle. And because it has wide-ranging properties to help with anxiety, with stress, with depression, it also helps you to feel better about yourself, and regulate your hormones, and helps with sleep. It's an absolute winner for ladies of a certain age who are going through the menopause and beyond.
Mm.
Putting frankincense on the soles of your feet is also such a brilliant idea because it helps to boost your immune system. So again, we want to be as healthy as possible. We want to boost that immune system. So again, having it as part of your everyday practice is such a good thing. And we are so excited that we now take a capsule form as well. So it's so easy to just have as part of your everyday regime.
Yeah,
It also helps.
especially if you have a husband who snags your frankincense bottles all the time.
Yes. And also, it helps with digestion and your respiratory tract. And this is why, one of the reasons why, when we talk about it in the biblical sense, this very, very special child, they wanted to keep healthy and well and alive at all costs. And this is the very best oil alongside myrrh to do that. So, so many different reasons. So, what do you love about frankincense, Petra?
Oh my goodness, there's so much in my mind right now, especially when you started out with inflammation,
Mm,
because it is a huge problem. And I think most people understand now that inflammation, it can be caused by leaky gut, by the foods we eat with all the preservatives.
yeah.
And so we have to also, along with taking these oils and being really more careful about what we put in our bodies, we need to make sure that we eat an anti-inflammatory diet. And Rebecca and I will go into that throughout the
Yeah.
series, what you can do to help you with inflammation. And that is caused by leaky gut. And that is caused by, the foods that are in the middle of the aisles and not in the outer parts of the supermarkets. I mean, lately this has come up a lot. I say, when you go to the supermarket, just don't go into the middle. Just stay on the outskirts. So, so what I love about frankincense, everything, I think I must have been around this oil for thousands of years if I've been here before. It just brings back memories. It calms me down immediately. I put it on my pillow at night or on my head. Sometimes I put it right here. I have a formula of skincare, which I
Oh,
will share throughout the series, that everyone can make at home, and I will teach it to you. And I give this away to everyone. And I actually put rose oil,
oh wow.
frankincense, and myrrh into that skin cream. And you can use this all over your body, but mostly it's for the face because it is very, it's very rare. It's not
Mm.
it's not the sort of cream you just want to lather on everywhere. Because it is, if it has rose oil, it's something really special. But
Yeah.
I love how I have been able to use frankincense to calm people down. We had a meditation group where someone had an anxiety attack. I mean, really a bad, bad anxiety attack, and we thought it was a heart attack, and it can mimic a heart attack.
Mm.
I used lavender and frankincense, calmed that person down immediately. By the time the helpers came, he was already in, much better shape, and he didn't have to go to the hospital. So we were already over the hump, so to
Mm.
speak. And I gave it to my child when he was little, when he was a little baby. I used frankincense, I used homeopathy, I used always lavender.
Yeah.
Our next series will be talking about emergency kit. Like we have 5 oils. Rebecca and I came up with 5 oils that will help you in an emergency to always have in the car, especially when you have children.
Yeah.
Like one day I drove down the street with my son. We went to a farmer And for some reason, he picked up this hot pepper and got it in his eyes.
Oh,
And it was all over his face. I mean, he just broke out in hives. And I had lavender in the car, and it was an immediate relief.
mm,
So,
mm.
yeah, we, I think we both just love lavender and frankincense and all these oils. And we will share with you what's up on the next show. And yeah, Rebecca, back to you.
Well, that's really great that you've shared your stories as well. I think one thing I just want to really kind of finish off with is that we're talking about some oils that are quite expensive oils, and I don't want people to compromise the quality of what they're buying because of price. So what I've recommended to many, many people is to share them. Buy them as a family, buy them as a community, and share them out, because when we're talking about using frankincense, if you're talking about top quality oils, we're talking in terms of using 1 drop, maybe 2 drops at the most per application. And the larger bottles have around 300 drops in. So if you're using 1 drop a day, that'll take you nearly a year. Or you can share that with other people, share the cost so you can all get the benefit. So that's kind of where I'd like to finish off.
That's a very good point, because sometimes people steer away from high quality oils because of the price. And that's a very good point, Rebecca, that people can share them. And I should
Mm.
share my oils. I have a lot of oils, maybe too many. And I need to start tallying them up with my neighbors. I think, hey, come for your drops of
Yeah.
frankincense and rose oil. I
Yes.
actually hide my rose oil because
Yeah.
you know that is special. Yeah.
Yeah, very special.
Well, thank you for being here today, Rebecca. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy evening. You're in the UK right now, so it's already nighttime, and we're
Yeah.
just beginning our day here in America. But yeah, I hope you join us next time. Let's talk about emergency kits, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Arrivederci. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining Spirit River Podcast. We are so happy you joined us here today. If you would like to find out how to get any of these oils that we mentioned during our essential oil series, you can go into the notes on YouTube and click for Europe on Rebecca's notes and for the Americas on Petra's notes. Again, thank you for joining. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you learned something. And if you have any questions, please let us know and reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. Thank you so much and have a marvelous day. Stay cool.